Hello YouTube, this is my C++ Minecraft clone. We'll do a summary of the previous streams, what happened, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. The people that are the first to join will vote what we're going to do, but actually we kind of have an idea, like we need to implement the player. But at the end of the stream, I'll do a summary of what happened today in this stream. So let's start with a summary of what happened in the previous streams. We decided we're going to implement the player, and in order to do that, we started changing the camera code because it was all handled through Raylib, which is a library. And so we have direct control over it, the camera. Hello, Bandy, what's up? Hello, Alex. You're always one of the first viewers. What's up? Pepo Chatter, people. I now migrated to Twitch. Yeah, okay, what's up, what's up? Hey, Petsa, what's up, Frost? Yo, guys, what's up, what's up? And so we took control over the camera. We took control over the camera, the code that's currently running for the camera, like looking around, moving around, and this velocity. Right now I'm not touching anything and the player is still moving. That's because we are not changing the position, we're changing the velocity. And the velocity never lowers, there's no air friction. And so we move like this for forever. That's kind of where we left off. What we need to do from here is gravity and collisions. We need to start moving the player down, and I haven't done that because we will have to do collisions, and it's finally time we do them. Here, if we go through the terrain, it goes through everything. It goes through everything. We need to add collisions, which will be challenging, but not impossible. Yeah, we're using Fateful 64. This is Fateful because I liked it a lot and I've kept it. What we're up today. And so today, usually we do a vote and chat decides, but yesterday chat decided to do the player and we haven't finished it. Yeah, we will use AABB, access aligned. No YouTube ping. What do you mean YouTube ping? There should be just Twitch ping, right? Yeah, there's a Twitch ping. YouTube ping is just for videos, for when I do an upload. I could never get collisions working on my games. Oh, what are we doing yesterday? I didn't catch it. Yesterday, chat decided to add the player. We started to work on it and we didn't finish it. And so today, instead of asking chat again what we're going to do, like the early chatters, those that join early, instead we'll need to finish it. What chat voted yesterday, we need to finish it. And it's very simple. We need gravity and collisions. It's very simple. Gravity and collisions. Because we go through the world. What did they vote on? Yeah, to add the player. That was what chat chose yesterday. White Knuckles. I watched the video I'll be back in 30 minutes. Don't worry, this stream will be 3 hours. So you can come back at any time. Okay, players. It seems like collision. Yeah, and collision as well we need. We need collision. But we have velocity. We have velocity and we have full control over the camera. Before Raylib handled the camera control. And now we are doing it. So that we can add the necessary changes. Yeah, let's start with the collision. And even before that, let's start with the gravity actually. Let's start with the gravity. And the gravity is very simple. Here where we handle the air physics, we'll just change the velocity. We'll just change the velocity. Here, we'll change the y. The velocity y. We'll subtract from it the gravity multiplied by the delta time. which in Raylip is frame time, get frame time. And we don't have a gravity yet. Gravity, let's do it here. A const static float gravity equals, we'll pick like 20, doesn't matter. We'll pick on something. Just subtract this. Don't worry, Mr. Lerp. We've already done something like this in the Java clone. Today's stream looks kind of chill. What's up, what's up? We're doing the player. We've already implemented the player before in the Java clone. And so even physics, gravity, everything, we've already done it before in the Java clone. And so in theory, it should be very easy. Of course, we'll be doing some slight changes where necessary, because the code is a bit old. What did I use for gravity? 28.57. 28.57. And now we should have gravity. Detective Jones, what's up? What is Pesa doing today? We're adding the player. We're adding the player. And so now we should have gravity. And now we go down. And for this now we need collisions with the floor. How did you arrive at the gravity value? Well, because that's what I had in my Java clone. Like, that's what I had in my Java clone. Like, there was, I did a calculation. There was like a video on YouTube for... Because because I was searching for what would the gravity be in Minecraft. And I was searching for a video, Minecraft gravity, and somebody calculated it. Where he jumped from, he built few blocks up in the sky, he jumped from it and calculated how much time he was falling. And that's how I arrived to that number. It was something like that. Calculation. Somebody on YouTube made, yeah, something like this. Something like this. But we don't need to search for the video. It was a YouTube video. So now we have gravity, but we go down through the world, and so we need collisions. We need collisions. Yeah, we need collisions. We could have simple ground collisions, like to check if we're on a certain level and to not go beyond that. Just so we temporarily have some kind of a floor. Because that would be a lot faster. Let me look through the Java clone. Yeah, this is the player. No, this is the player. Yeah, handle air physics. And hand process movement, yeah, here. So if we're colliding with the ground, we handle ground physics. Else, we handle air physics. That's what we're going to do. And so here in process movement, we could do it here if the position y is equal to or less than or equal to, like, let's say 100. That's when we're colliding with the ground. This is a very simple example. If we're not colliding with the ground, we handle air physics. Else, we handle ground physics. And here we can do a simple jump. Like if get key pressed, if we have pressed the spacebar, Then we add to the velocity. So the velocity y plus equals like 6, something like that. Oh, I directly set it to 9. Doesn't matter. And here, why is this comparing? Maybe I need to import it. Oh, this... Oh, no. Is key pressed. Is key pressed. Is key pressed. And that's it. Now we should have collision with some kind of a floor. And we should be able to jump. But we're not rendering the terrain for some reason. Maybe because we're inside of it. Maybe. I'm thinking of creating a... No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. This falling should stop at some point. But most importantly, we should have the floor. We should have the terrain. And it's not rendering the terrain. Trying to work on my game while watching the stream here. Yeah, okay, now we have the terrain. At some point, the character should stop. Oh, no. We need to handle... Well, the velocity doesn't, like, actually stop. We need friction now when we're on the ground. We need friction. Yeah, here in handle ground physics, we have friction. Which is... Where is it? Yeah, here. Ground friction. This is it. This is just for friction. Because we'll go on for forever. Oh, and I actually... Let me see now. Where do we change the velocity? Yeah, we need collision detection and resolution. Because here I've set it in the process movement here. I'm just not turning the handle physics, which is not enough to stop the player, which is not enough. Because we still have the velocity. We need to start using the... We need to start with the collision. There's no other way around it. I cannot procrastinate anymore on the collision. But here is a very weird thing. Sometimes when I start the game, there is nothing rendered. And I have to restart it a couple of times, and that's when I get the terrain rendered. That's very weird. That's these bugs where they are sometimes there. Here. Now, I just restarted the game a couple of times, and now I get the terrain. Like, what's this bug? What's this bug? Hello, what's up? I see your name is has Japanese characters. Look, I think this is like... No, this is not kanji. This is hiragana, right? Russian roulette generation. Yeah, that's a good term for it. Yeah, basically Russian roulette generation. I think it's a relic bug. It happens to me only with relic. Yeah, it's a very weird bug, and it started doing it recently. But we need physics. Actually, okay, this would be much better. Let's not add gravity. Let's just focus on the collisions, because if we add gravity, we'll just go down, straight down, and we won't be able to test much. It will be very difficult to do some kind of test. Instead, we'll just fly around and collide with the blocks. That would be much better. And this bug is very annoying. Like, I have a 1 in 10 chance to render the terrain, and the inventory is sometimes bugged like this. Yeah, this is very weird. Maybe because of the target. Yeah. I know why. It's because we started handling the camera ourselves. And if the target is the same as the position, nothing gets rendered. Because in Raylib, the camera is defined by a position and a target. And I set them manually. And here maybe the front is not... It's 0, 0 maybe. Maybe. Let's do a debug. And check it out ourselves. I'm gonna use hardkill for my Minecraft clone. Is it possible? Can you add? I don't get what you mean. I'm gonna use JavaScript. Here the front vector is -1 on the Y. Kinda. It's -1 on the Y. So this should be fine, actually. Actually, this should be fine. Mr. Marshafi YouTube, for villages, I would like to be able to give villagers jobs. Like to give a villager a job to mine, give a villager a job to build a castle or something. Like, or to... Like, imagine the Fortnite build system. Very cool project, by the way, thank you. Imagine the Fortnite build system where you can have grayed out buildings, and instead of them appearing, you just have a villager that comes. Like in the... What do you call it? The game where you could... The strategy game, what was it called? There was this strategy game that you built your army. It's not Civilization, it's the old school one. What was it? Strategy game like Civ. What was it? Age of Empires, yeah. Imagine like Age of Empires. You just order the villagers to gather wood, and you order other villagers to like build this particular structure. Like to have some kind of meaning to the villagers instead of them just doing nothing. Jenny mod? Yeah, we'll look. I'll look at it off stream. Jenny mod. Relationship system. Why would I need a relationship system? Why would I need a relationship system? Do it with your own. I was expecting the mod to be something for villagers. Like we were talking about giving villagers jobs, and you're giving me relationship system mod. You have it doing with trying to make my own villager mod. Hello, what's up? Let's get back to what actually we were going to do. We were going to add collisions. And we were debugging whether I'm setting the target of the camera wrong. But it doesn't seem to be like that. But you still want to look at Jenny mod. I have absolutely zero care about the Jenny mod. It doesn't help me in any way to achieve my goals. If it was for a mod that improved villagers to give them like jobs, that would help me out. How's your weekend going? Like, there is a cool mod, the Clay Soldiers mod. Clay Soldiers. If we're talking about mods. Like, this mod is a cool one, where you have little soldiers. This is a cool mod. Like, if you suggest me something like this, that would be cool. Why my chat not appearing? What do you mean? Minecraft clone... Yeah, look at it. These little horses. Clay soldiers. Do you know about... I'm not trusting you guys with mod suggestions. There's a mod that lets you gear up armor and armor your villagers. But what would the villagers do? Bro, I remember this mod from my brother playing it. They fight for you and defend the village. And there is another cool mod, computer craft mod. That's another cool mod where you have this computer, you can give it a pickaxe and you can code it to do your task, but you have to code it in Lua. And there is the Take It mod pack. And there is the Take It mod pack. This is super cool mod. This is another cool mod where you have pipes and you can move stuff around, and you have you can build a structure that mines going down. It can reach bedrock, the structure that mines. And the create mod, yeah, but I didn't talk about the create mod because everybody knows it. Everybody knows about the create mod because you can do absolutely anything with it. Yeah, it's very good mod. Like, guys, when you give me mod suggestions, give me cool ones like these ones, and not not safe for stream ones. Make features that Minecraft lacks and would be great. Do you know Open Computers mod? What's that? Open Computers mod? I trust you, mister. Yeah, Open Computers. I don't know about this mod, but I'm not searching for mods currently. I know about the portal gun mod. I just found a mod that was playing for a while ago. It's so cool. It's called Visual Recruits. Tornado mod. Oh, I know the tornado mod. Yeah, I know it. I know it. Okay, let's add collision. Let's not get distracted. Industrial Revolution mod. What motivates you to make a Minecraft clone? My motivation is when I achieve something, like I add a feature, and that's very satisfying. Like adding lighting, like adding, like just looking at what I have achieved, this motivates me. Like, this is my motivation. Look at here, I have snow. Every block has a block state. Like, what I have achieved motivates me. And recently streaming chat as well. Chat also motivates me. Because when you achieve something, when you add a feature, it's by itself satisfying. And when you have chat on top of it, going super crazy and be like, yo, W, that's super cool. That amplifies the satisfaction of achieving the thing. Like, both things combined, it's like infinite fuel for a programmer to go above and beyond and implement many features. I'm not trusting you anymore, so I'm not checking anything. So I'm not checking anything. So we need to add the player, and in order to have the player, we saw that when we added gravity, we went through the world, and so we will not add gravity. We will first do the collisions. Because we can easily check them, like here, gradually going near a block to see the collision, instead of having gravity and just falling straight through the ground. This will be much better. So let's first have the collision. You know how a few days ago, about shaders, well, I got it working, have my own shader language that compiles. Nice, that's cool. How far are you going to go with this project? Until I'm satisfied. And for now, there isn't an end. You have colored lighting? No, I don't, because Minecraft doesn't. Here, it would be cool if we have the dragon and you can beat the game. Like, you can actually beat the game here. This would be cool. If you can be in a game. This would be cool. He will continue till he has... Bro, you're pretty near to getting obliterated from here. Yeah, it would be cool to have rideable dragons. Yeah. Dragon armor. Oh, just like Skyrim. Imagine to have dragon armor like from Skyrim. Oh, that would be cool. You're getting color here, man. Ray tracing is good learning. Yeah, but Minecraft... No, actually, I said it before. That Minecraft doesn't have ray tracing, and somebody in chat said that it actually has. So, please search up the villager recruits mod. It's all good, real. Why do you need ray tracing on a block game? I'm not going to add ray tracing, but what I know from ray tracing is you can get really good refractions, like stuff like that. You get high quality visuals. Villager recruits. What about vibrant visuals? Yeah, villager recruits. What's this? Crane and Siege update. Yo, this is cool. You can have your own army. Imagine if we have this in our clone. To have an army like this. Oh, that would be so cool, man. Yo, 2 million downloads. Hey, bless. Yeah, that's sick. 1.20, they've stopped working on it, sadly. Yeah, this looks cool. Thank you. I'll save it. It's so fire, like you can line them up as you want and change. If I turn on ray tracing, I can cook an egg on my PC. I'm not going to do a remind because we procrastinated most of the time and did nothing. But the simple summary is we are adding collisions. And so when we get near to a block, we need to collide with it and not go through it. This is what we want. Instead of going through it, to collide with it. These simple blocks should be easy. These ones should be easy. The problem is these ones. These complex ones. These complex shapes. This will be a bit difficult. Because they have multiple collision boxes. So maybe it will be take more on the performance. Can do ray tracing. Nice. We will use the AABB algorithm, the axis aligned one, which basically doesn't allow you to have rotations when colliding. And it's perfect for Minecraft because, as you can see, every block stays the same. Blocks do not rotate. Because the algorithm for checking the collisions is very simple when the blocks do not rotate. It's very simple. That's what we're going to do. And the easiest part is the detection of the collision. That's the easiest part. The hardest part is the resolution. What happens when you have collided? So here, basically you're right here, you're inside of the ground, and now the game needs to like fix you up. You've collided with the ground. The game automatically needs to calculate how much it should push you up or down, or to the left or to the right. Or what if you are in here like colliding in a more complicated space like here, where should it push you? Like to the left or to the right? Because here it may push you to the left, but now you're inside where you're colliding with another block, and now it pushes you to the right, but then you're colliding here. Like collision resolution is very difficult. But I managed to do a simple implementation in the Java clone, so we should be kinda alright. We should be kinda alright. And once we have collisions, we will be able to add gravity. And that's enough for the player. Like we will be, this is the goal. The goal is that we'll be here, like on the ground and moving around. And being able to jump around. This will be very awesome. Hey Petsa, do you know what I don't know what's that. Instantiate. Ah, yeah. I think I know what that is. Like I've done it with the 10 million TNT. I needed to use instancing. Because the TNTs are the same mesh. They are the same mesh. And so I had to use instancing. But later on, I found a better solution than instancing by using a geometry shader. And just rendering 10 million points. And the geometry shader made it so I could dynamically remove some of the points, and the points that are left, they become into the TNT. So for me, geometry shader was more efficient than instancing for the TNTs, because how many the TNTs are changes. How many the TNTs are changes dynamically once they explode. You can check out the video on the main channel. Pronounce instantiate too, but Google says it's instantiate. Yeah, okay, let's add collisions. Like, it's half an hour and I still haven't started on this. How would we approach this? We have a structure, probably somewhere here. This collision box. We have this collision box that describes the collision bounds by using this from and to. This from and to, which is the minimum and the maximum of the collision shape. And it's not like it's using certain coordinates. These vertices have values from 0 to 16. It's not like we are using some kind of a in-game position. I have to go. It was nice to be here. Bye. Yeah, bye, man. Don't worry about it. Thank you for being here and making us company. Where would we handle the collisions? I would need to decide where the code will be. Where the code would be. Wait, is that one Cherno video? Yeah, the Cherno reviewed it. That's my project. The Cherno reviewed it. Where should be the collisions? And that was a very full circle moment because I learned from the Cherno. And then he made a video about my project. That was a very full circle moment. It was a special moment for me. Do it on movement code. Let me think about it. Let's move away the collision box structure. Let's move it away into a header file, and that's where it will be. That's where it will be. Mr. Lerp, don't worry about it. I don't want instructions because it feels like the same as using an AI, getting the results. I want to, like, my goal here is to learn, not to extract information from chat. Just let me fail. Let me make mistakes. Mr. Lerp. What about diagonal movement? You technically move two axes at once? No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I basically do a check after I move. After I move, I do a check if I'm colliding. And if I'm colliding, I fix the player position so that he's no longer colliding. Do you know what a rigid body end is? I think a rigid body is more complicated than what we are trying to do. We are trying to do something much simpler than rigid bodies. It took me a day to figure out. What do you mean only a day? Yeah, okay, let's make a file that handles the collisions. What should we call it? Like collision box? Collision box? Yeah, collision box. And here a structure, which is this. Which is this. And here we need relay lib. We need relay lib. And what else do we need to do? What else? We need to delete this. I'm not getting how rich body is hard. It takes 3 lines. In an engine, sure. In an engine, it takes 3 lines of code. Because rotations are very complicated. And you have different collision boxes types. Whenever I locked in my unfortunately 12-hour sales, let's include it here. Include collision box. Oh wait, do that without an editor. Use an editor for that. What do you mean, an editor for that? So here we have the collision box. We need, what do we need? Unity editor for rigid body. Yeah, Unity editor. In Unity, sure, it's 3 lines of code, but not in Relip. In Relip, you don't have rigid bodies. Let me think about it. Here, I was thinking to have the collision detection and resolution here, but that's not going to be possible. I need the actual position. This by itself is not enough. This by itself is not enough as information. Rigid bodies are for physics. They're for physics. To handle physics. Let me think about it. We need to check if there is collision. Let's see how I handle it in the Java clone. In the Java, I had a class that handles all of this, all of the collision. I had a collision box class, something that we're doing right now as well. And here is my AAB collision. This is just the detection. Here is just a simple conditional, that's it. It's very simple. I just need for the 2 boxes, for the 2 shapes, I need to calculate their minimum and maximum position. And I just do this conditional check. This is like from the internet, the AAB algorithm. But the difficult part is the resolution. How do you resolve the collision? Because I need to push the player around. And I implemented this complicated algorithm where I also made it possible to have a flag on where you collided, so that I can check the collision came from the bottom. Because I checked it like this: if we're pushing the collision box upward, then we are colliding from the bottom. Popular Minecraft horror mode, I believe. Let me think about it. But here I handle it differently. Here the collision box has a position as well. And it has a size and an offset as well. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Because in my clone, the collision box is a bit different. It's just a from and a to. And it's the same style, just like the JSON models in Minecraft. It's the same style. Because the Minecraft JSON files that tell the engine how to render blocks, here, they have the same style, from and to. This is how I do the collision boxes, and they have the same limit from 0 to 16. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And so this is an issue because here I've separated into a header file the collision box. I've separated into a header file, and here I wanted to do a function like if we are to detect collision with another collision box, with another collision box config. This is what I plan to do, but I cannot do it here because I don't have enough information. I need the position as well, and here we don't have the position. We just have part of the data. We don't have the full picture, and that's a bit of an issue. That's a bit of an issue. That's an issue. I could add an offset as well, because that would be useful to have an offset from the parent position, the block that has it, but that's still not enough. I need the actual parent position. I need the parent position. But this will store it 2 times, which is a bit of a mess. How it works exactly, because I haven't watched the video, but it was recommended to me, so alright. Also, your guys probably chatting with yourself. Let me think about it. I need to decide how we're going to do it. What about, where did we use it? We use it here in the blocks. And here in the blocks themselves do not have a position until you actually place them. That's when they have a position. I was talking about the Minecraft variety video. Because a block doesn't store its own position. It doesn't store it. We give it here. When we do these callbacks on right click on placement, we give it its position here with a bit more context. And that's why my collision box didn't have a position as well. This is all it has. C++ or Java also. Why did you choose C++ for microclone, not Java? And like, this is my Java clone. I have both C++ and Java. Like, for your question, my answer is both. My answer is both. I have a position here. And I have a parent position. Oh, when I create it, I give it a parent position. And when I resolve the collision, what do? I change the position, but I change my own position and the parent position. I change it. Should I make my clone in C++ or Java? I'm still learning. Do it in both and see which one you prefer and go all in on the one you prefer. That's the best approach. Like, do both and then focus on the one you prefer the most. Here, when I'm resolving the collision, I need access. Let me think about it. I need access to the parent position. I need that. And here I get it as a reference, I think. Yeah, here I have it as reference. Just so I can change the parent position. Just so I can change, because when there is a collision, there is a static object and an object that's moving when you're doing the collision resolution. One of the two objects is stationary. One of the two objects. Here I need to remove this. Okay, should be fine. One of the in a collision, one of the two objects is stationary. And so when we're doing the resolution, I could give the parent position of the object that is not stationary, and which is usually it's the player. Usually it's the player. But sometimes it could be the mobs, because mobs should have collision as well as entity, as well as item drops. Item drops also need collision resolution, so it's not only going to be the player. I could make the player be an entity, so that item drops can be entities and mobs can be entities. And so the entity will be the thing that the object in the collision that is dynamic, it moves. Progress today, we are adding collisions. Mojang, please don't destroy this guy. Just download it because of you. Thank you. It's not good looking. Eaglecraft is better. Then go play Eaglecraft. It's very simple. I don't know what Eaglecraft is. I haven't heard of it. I'll probably try Relic in the future. Yeah, Relic is very good. Do you have caves in the clone? No, but I'm interested in adding 3D noise. When we add 3D noise, we'll have mountains and caves. That would be a fun stream. Eaglecraft is just free version of Minecraft on the web. Web port of Minecraft. Full Java copy of Minecraft. Yep, that's probably legal. What's your plans from gameplay? For example, focus on mining, defense, building. I don't know, man. We're experimenting and playing around. Whatever is the most fun while developing. Eaglecraft, what's that? Free open source browser Minecraft. How is this available? How is this available? You can make really cool mountains and really cool big caves. And we can use it for the nether as well when we have 3D noise. So why does your stream have 24 dislikes? I don't know. I don't see dislikes on my place. Like if I look at analytics and look at previous streams and look at live streams, and let's pick one live stream. Where can I find dislikes? Where can I find dislikes? Engagement. Likes versus dislikes. Where? 0 dislikes and 16 likes is the previous stream. Previous stream is 0 dislikes and 16 likes. That's what YouTube gives me as analytics for the previous stream. That's what YouTube gives me. It's an extension. Why would he say? Hi, what's up? The extension is not really that accurate. I'm using Notepad++. Sometimes. The extension depends on the users. That's how it gathers data. And based on the users it tries to guess, to do a guess. And so maybe if one person dislikes it and it's a small stream, it's trying to do a calculation. Okay, it probably has this much dislikes. For bigger streams with more data, for bigger videos, it will be more accurate. But for small videos like these ones, it's very difficult to be accurate. Very easy to make a mistake when you're trying to guess it. They don't have access to the YouTube data. Like YouTube has removed access to it. Yeah, this stream is 1 dislike. This stream and 21 likes. So there is 1 dislike. So how much does it show inside of the extension? Yeah, here, this is the analytics. Likes versus dislikes. And this one is 21 likes and 1 dislike. That's what YouTube is giving me. That's what YouTube is giving me as analytics, which should be more accurate than the extension, obviously. Will players be able to create Minecraft design of your Minecraft clone using Redstone? What do you mean? Shows 24 dislikes. I'm part of the 18 likes. Pretty sure the extension shows bogus dislikes. Yeah, it's crazy what the extension gives. Yeah, but let's add collisions. Let's add collisions. But it also probably does use the people using the extension. I know some of them used old scrapped data for older videos. Yeah, let's do the collision. Let's do the collision. We'll have a separate static function. That's how we're going to do it, I think. That's how we're going to do it. Collision box. Here, we'll have a separate like static void collision resolution. It doesn't need to be static. It doesn't need to be static. It can be like let me think about it. Oh, yeah, let's do a static. Let's do a static. Maybe add something like block that makes the time be fast. Anyone know how to use relip? I'm actually Minecraft. People have created Minecraft inside of Minecraft using redstone only. It's hard to believe that. Like, if you say Minecraft in Minecraft, it's in quotation marks. It's barely Minecraft. For sure, it's not full Minecraft. Like, can you have redstone? You can confirm they did run like 1 frame per 3 minutes. Collision resolution will... Okay, let's make it not be static. And here we need the order. We need const collision box config the order. And let's make this be like to collision detection. Let's first detect the collision if they are colliding like this. Let's do this first, and maybe to return a boolean if they are colliding or not. And guys, why his chat doesn't say my chats with link? What do you mean? But if you want detection, it must be a bool. Yeah, we're doing a detection. But we need more information. We need the positions of both of these. The parent positions. We need both of them. We need both of them. And where should we give them? It's colliding with... don't worry about the naming. Don't worry about the naming. Like, we can easily change it. That's not my issue. My issue is how are we going to get the parent position? Because this is just some little bit of information for making the collision box. We need also the parent position. Or we can do it in the entity. But even there, it's an issue. Even there, it's an issue. Yeah, let's do an entity. Let's do an entity. We need an entity. That's where the collision detection and resolution will be. Messages sometimes get delayed in top chat because they get moderated before it's sent to top chat. You can see the actual YouTube chat. What are you guys talking about? Let's make an entity. Let's make an entity. And here we will create the entity CPP. And we'll create the cube, the block, what was it called? The collision box. Collision box. Like that. We're talking about everything besides help, yeah. About links not working in YouTube chat, bounding box maybe. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the names. The names are our smallest problem. Here, let's include collision box. And where is the entity? Where is the entity? I heard my name. Where is the here's the entity. We need to include entity header file. And there we need to do a pragma once here. Pragma once, and we do a structure entity. And the entity will have the position and velocity. The entity will have it. So we'll take it from the player, position and velocity. Maybe even the orientation. Maybe. I'm not sure. In your Minecraft clone. Yeah, let's just get the position and velocity. Let's just get the position and velocity and give it to the entity. And here we need to include relib header. And what else? What else? We do the update. We do the update as well. So entity. Here we do. Yeah, but how will the player have an update function as well? They both have an update. Update position, maybe? Void. Just ask ChatGPT. You're funny, man. Doesn't work, it checks for the... Doesn't want to use AI. The player could be an entity. Yeah, the player is an entity. And the item drops and the mobs. But that would be going to classes. ChatGPT will break the project more than help. You're right. Finally, entities for inheritance. We detected someone who uses AI. It was easy to detect, which include me. Hello. Yeah, let's call this update position. Wait, that's actually the same as removing. Doesn't entities have counts? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, now we're updating the position. And so in the player here, let's include entity Let's include entity and here, and let's inherit from it. Public entity. Let's inherit from it. We need an on-screen counter showing how many times people mention using AI in the project. It's not that many actually. It's not that many. Or it might use AI to detect links. But it's probably something we will do. Why don't you want to add variety so bad? That will be... I stay up late at night reading comics. Comics are fun. Like, what was that comic called that now it's animated? Invincible. Invincible is very good. I like Invincible a lot. You could use inheritance on structures. I didn't know because I never bothered to try. Well, now you know. I asked him that, but never got an answer. Not really that type of comment, something a bit more personal. I think he might be a tourist. What do you mean tourist? Who? Me? What do you mean? Here, let's update the position. Let's update the position. Let's update the position. Okay, now every entity has position and velocity. Perfect. And they will have a collision box as well. They will have collision box as well. And that's where we will handle detection and resolution. So let's go to the entity. Entity. And here we add collision box. Include collision box header. This is config. Collision box. Done. Perfect. Now the player has a collision box and every block has one as well. And we need to detect if they're colliding. And Patcher is always ignoring me. What do you mean? My Minecraft clone. Yeah, okay, let's create here a function called collision detection, boolean, is colliding with, and here we will give it, I don't know, man. I don't know, actually. Is colliding with terrain. If it's colliding with the terrain. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, this is good enough. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we have a problem, I think. No, we don't. I was worrying for the collision box configuration because it was limited from 0 to 16, but it's actually not. I can have it be more than 16. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, guys. I feel like I'm the only one paying attention to the code. I'm constantly reading chat and like you guys are talking about something completely else than collisions, which is understandable. In my experience, I literally couldn't make Hello World program. Yes, I am low. Now I also listen to it. Okay, invisible. Invisible, your focus is my namings, my variable names and function names. That's your focus. The topic was about the project. Can you give me Discord, please? It should be pinned. Oh, it's not. Oh, let me pin it, actually. Let me pin it. Actions. Bot message. And let's run it. Test. And now we have it. And now I'll pin this message. Here is where you can join the Discord to get notified when I'm live and I'm pinning it. Can you add sphere with smiley face so you can... What do you mean? Yeah, let's add the collision. Is colliding with terrain, and here avoid terrain collision resolution, like that. That's it. These two functions will solve collisions. These two functions. Done. Yeah, this will be very good. This is very good. I'm happy with this approach. I don't know C++. That's fine. Okay. And so let's do it here. Here we check if we're colliding with the terrain. And how we're going to do that is very simple actually. Is on ground? No, it's that's not correct. Is on ground, because when you jump and hit the ceiling in a cave, will you use is on ground? No. No. It's not is on ground. Bro, so I don't know C++, then ignore everything else I said. What do you mean? Yeah, so how are we going to do the is colliding with terrain? How are we going to handle this? In Java, I did it by... Let me open Blockbench. I did it very simple way. Let's say this is the player. And so the bounding box, for me, it's like a cube. Not actually a cube, bit different, but... Yeah, this is it. And let's say this is the bounding box. Like, let's say this is the bounding box of our collision. Let's say this is the bounding box. And what I do is I check 8 points in the world. I check 8 points. I check these 4 above and these 4 below and 4 more as well. 4 more here in the middle. That's my collision detection. So I check in total 12 points. And for each of these 12 points, I check the blocks in the world at these points. And if the block is air, it's not colliding. If it's something else, it's colliding. It's something like that. But it needs to be a bit more complicated since now we have complicated collision shapes. Like, let's actually try to run it now. Oh, I need to update CMake. Because we created new files. And what else? Collision of... It's wrong naming. Collision box. Yeah, these complicated shapes. Please add your ball. Yeah, these complicated shapes. These are a bit of a problem, but not that much of a problem. It's not that much of a problem. Because when we add the door, it's not a full block. When we add, for example, the enchantment table, it's not a full block. And so if the collision is very simple to be a full block, we will be colliding here. We will be colliding above it. We need to actually check the block collision shape. And this block has multiple collision shapes. This on top is one of it. This on top is one of it. This is the second one. And then this is the third one. And the one below it is the fourth one. But we're constantly moving. So some blocks have multiple collision shapes. So inside of the entity is colliding with the terrain. Here is where we do the check. We need to go over 12 points. 12 points. And to calculate the position of these points, we need the position of the entity and the configuration of its collision box. That's what we need. That's what we need. And so how did we do it in Java? Yeah, this is how I did it in Java. I looked for the blocks around me for all of these 12 points, which I calculated like this. I went over all of the positions and checked the block there. Where do I use this actually? I use it here and here. If it collides with the block, we resolve the collision with the block. Yeah, it's very simple actually. It's very simple. Let me think about it. Petsa, you the goat. Thank you, man. Don't worry. This was the only relevant message to the stream from Coolest Lewis. Sticking with the nose. Yeah, let's generate these points around the player, around the entity. Let's generate these points. How would we do it? We need vector 3 array. We need vector 3 array points around entity. It will be an array of 12 points. Array of 12 points, and here we do them like this. And here this is 1 point. And this is another. These 4 points are the ones on top. And these 4 points are the one below. Just like we saw in Blockbench. Hi guys, I'm in Twitch now. Hello. PSCS live fan. Why do you have my name in your name? You must be my biggest fan. Are you still using bare bones? I'm not using... Where do you saw bare bones? Where do you saw bare bones? These 4 points are these ones. And these 4 points down below are these ones. But we need to actually calculate them. And I'm not sure how. Sadly, you're getting banned. Sadly, you're getting banned. Man, you had such a cool name, man. I had such high hopes for you, and you had to say that. Like, you had such a good name, man. You had the best name here, and you had to get banned, man. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't need to worry about it. Who's getting... Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because the mod he suggests is not for most of my viewers. Most of my viewers shouldn't look at that mod. That's why I'm banning people that suggest that mod. And for sure it's not for most of my audience. No, he got banned. You just missed it. He got banned. He got banned. But he was in the YouTube chat. 2 people got banned. In what case you need checking collision with terrain? What do you mean? Well, all the time I need to check collision with terrain. I need to do it constantly. Well, maybe I could limit it. We need to check collision at certain points because we're checking collision with the terrain, and the terrain is huge. There are many blocks. We cannot check collision with all of the blocks. We need to do some kind of a limit, and that's my idea for limiting it. We're just checking for the blocks near the player, because we need to do the check all the time. Like, I'm checking just for these blocks near the player, these ones at the top, the ones below here, and maybe in the middle as well. So I'm checking 12 points constantly. I'm doing AAB. What do you mean? We will do it in the collision detection. We'll have modder on old combat. What do you mean? Offset your player position to these points. What do you mean? Player position is fine. I will change the player position when we resolve the collision. That's when I need to change the player position. That's when I need to do it. Do you know Deltarune or Undertale? I know Undertale. I haven't played Undertale, but I know it. Yeah, let's calculate the points. Let's calculate the points. I need the player, the entity position, which for now is just the player. I need the position and the information about the collision box. The problem is that the collision box is in a different metric. It's not in game units, it's a different unit, the collision box config. If we look at how I configure them, like for the anvil, this is the collision box for the anvil. It's from 0 to 16. It's a different unit. It's not because one block is 1 by 1 by 1 in my game. It's not 16 by 16 by 16. And this uses a different unit just so it's easier to configure it, because that's how the Minecraft JSON files are. They use the same units here from 0 to 16. That's why my collision boxes has the same type of unit, which causes us a problem. Usually I divide it by 16. That's what I do. I divide it by 16 and that's how I get it. We can do it the same as well. Yeah, we just divide by 16. Yeah, that's how we can convert between these units and the world units. Yeah, we just divide by 16. No matter, it doesn't matter if here it goes over 16. The end result will just be a number above 1. So it's fine. It's fine. I need to check 10 bounding boxes. 12 for me. For me it's 12. 4 above, 4 below, and 4 in the middle. And 4 in the middle. So for me it's 12. If it's a number above 1, you could clamp it. No, I don't need to clamp it. I don't need to clamp it. Thank you. I can't watch more because I need to sleep. Just tell me the name of this zoom tool which you use to zoom to screen. It's this one. Magnifier. It's the Windows magnifier. It's the magnifier. Everybody has it. Thought you said you wanted between 0 and 1. My bad. No. I don't want it to be between 0 and 1 because the player collision is bigger than one block. Here, look at how the player collision is bigger than one block. That's why I don't want to clamp it. Mr. Oi, I don't know how to say your name, but I'm not going to add the mod you are suggesting. I want to acknowledge you. But I'm not going to repeat it again. And we'll have a problem if I have to repeat it again. Because then it will be considered spam if I haven't acknowledged you. if I have acknowledged you. Keep up, Petsa, see ya, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, man. Okay, but it's pronounced like oi. I cannot pronounce it. Sorry, man. I cannot pronounce it. I cannot pronounce it. Let's go to the entity, and here, when checking for the collision, or it's much easier in my native language. What's your native language? And here, what should we do? Yeah, we have the player. We have the position. We have the position. See a pets, see a man. Finish. Okay. We have the position. We need the collision box into world units. We need that so that we can calculate the minimum and the maximum position. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do vector 3 minimum position, which will be they will start from the player position, from the entity position, and this is the maximum. And the collision box has a from and to. It has a from and to. So here we will, let's see how we do it in the main file. What your name was? Olive. Olive. Olive is much easier to say. Collision boxes. Yeah, here is how I calculate it. This is the size, this is the offset. No, not actually here. Let's do it. Let's see it somewhere else. Here is how I get the minimum and maximum. Yeah, I do it like this. Yeah, like this. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, this is the min and the maximum, but here we need the position. And here we need, again, the position. And here, this is the collision box config. Collision box from collision box to. But actually, I tried to watch your first stream of this project, but I couldn't figure out how to use relip in VS Code. What do you mean? I feel like adding relip is like adding any other library in Visual Studio. Yeah, adding relip is very easy. It's very easy. I just cloned the project, the repository here. Here I have the relip folder. This is it. This is the relip source code. I have it here. And in CMake, I just add it as a subdirectory and I link it to my library. Here, I link it to my library, to my game. And that's it. And you also need to include the folder. JSON IMGUI. Yeah, maybe you don't even need to include the folder. Yeah, but you for sure need to add it as a subdirectory and link it to the game. It's very simple with CMake. And the cool thing is you can change the source code. I've already changed it. I think you're one of the only people who watch the streams to learn Raylip. You really motivate me to learn. Thank you. I think C++ in VS Code is kind of hard to set up. Visual Studio is made specifically for those languages, so it's easier. Yeah, in Visual Studio 2022, it was very easy. When I opened the project from the folder, you need to do it like that. And it automatically sees the CMake file and automatically builds and compiles everything. Visual Studio has simplified work with CMake very well. Yeah, okay, let's add the collision This is the config. Collision box config. Oh, and it's a vector 3. Sure. And let's go to the entity. Where is the entity? Here. And here we need rain mat as well. Rain mat. We need rain mat. Yeah. So now we have the minimum and the maximum position. We may need to have an offset for the collision box. We may need to have an offset. But let's leave it like this for now. And so here the positions. How did I do it in the Java? Yeah, I use the size of the collision box and I half it. And using the half of the size, the half width, half height, etc., I calculate the positions. Oh, here it's done much simpler. Oh, yeah, I can just add the position later on. Yeah, okay. I don't even need to calculate this. Okay, I just need the size. The float half. I need the half width. How would I calculate half of the width? We do from -2 divided by 2, like that. But here this needs to be vector 3 subtract, like this. Subtract from and from 2. Oh, we need the to do it from the collision box. Collision box. And here collision box. Okay, that's it. And oh, we can just get it as a vector. Vector 3. Vector 3. Half the size. And finally we can start using it. What should be the first position? Minus half width and half width. Half height. Wait, half the height and 0 the height. Oh, so here it's in the center. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, where is the actual point from where all of this is happening? I think it's in from the like 0, 0, 0 should be the bottom, I think. But here the 0 position is in the center. Here it's in the center. Yeah, I need to decide this. Yeah, let's just use the whole size actually. Let's use the whole size, I think. We will not do any rotation, so it's fine. So let's start with the bottom. Let's say this is the bottom, so it's from 0, 0, 0. Sure. And then here we do the size X of the collision box. And I should probably say it's the collision box. Collision box size. No, actually here let's keep it 0. We can go over the other ones. This is 0. Here size Z. But the collision box size. Collision box size. Like this. And what else? Then here. So this is one of the points. This is the other. Yeah, the Y stays the same. And so now here we have collision box size X. And here we have collision box size X, but here with size Z as well. Now we should have the 4 points below the player. Now we need the 4 points above the player, which is the same as this one. The only difference is the height. Here, this 0 should be collision box size Y. Like that. And here the Y as well. And here the Y as well. Like this. And we need 4 more points, the middle. So half of the height. Because I think 0, 0 is down here. I think 0, 0 is down here. So half the height will be in the middle. So let's do the middle points as well. Here we just divide by 2. We can actually calculate it here. Float half height equals collision box size Y divided by 2. Here we'll do the... it's fine like this actually, we don't need to over optimize it. It's easier to understand it by dividing it a couple of times here. It's fine like this. So now we have points around the entity. We need to go through them and add the position as well. We need to add the position. Yeah, we need to go through them. So for int I equals 0, I less than 12, I plus plus, and here we go over all of the points. Vector 3 collision point equals points around entity I plus position, plus the entity position. Now we should have this point, for example. This point down below, this one. We should have this point. This is where we're starting. And then we're at this point. Then we're at this point. Then we're at this point. And the same for here, the other points as well. Same for the other points. We're going over the points. We need to check if we're colliding with the block there, because we are checking if we're colliding with the terrain. So we need to check the position details. Position details of the collision point. We need to check the block at that point. That's what we need to do. And here we need to import this. And here we need to get the collision boxes from this point in the world. We need to get the collision boxes. And we've already done something like that here. First we get the count and we check if the count is greater than 0. Here. If it's the air block, it doesn't have collision boxes, so it's fine here. So here it's fine. Collision boxes. Wait a minute, we have the block as well. Which block here? Yeah, we get the block state. Let me think about it. Oh, yeah, we do it like this. We need a little bit more code here. Here, like this. And this should be the current block. Should be like that. Here we need to import the block. Like this, and we need to import the world. And we need the block factory. No, we don't. We don't need this code. Okay, so what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's on their channel. What are you talking about? So what are we doing here? Let me see what we're actually doing. We're going over, kids are having fun. We're going over all of the points around the player, because we are trying to check if he is colliding with the terrain. And we have the 12 points around the player. We go over all of them and we get the position of the block the point represents. And once we have the block, we get the block type. And we check if it has a block state. If it doesn't, we just get the class from the block factory, so that we have access to the block collision boxes. And if it has collision boxes, we get the collision boxes. We go over all of the collision boxes and we get the minimum and the maximum position of their collision box. And now we need to check if we are colliding with it. We need to check if we are colliding with it. And we have two options. One option is to keep it like this, where we just return a boolean. And so here I can start like with the bool result. By default is false. By default is false. Here we return the result. And here if we have collision, here if we have collision, to return true. We could keep it like this, but it's useless because we need resolution. So the game would be like, the game will check, are we colliding with the terrain? It will go over all of this, and here it will say, oh yeah, we're colliding, and it returns true, and we lose all of this context. And now in the resolution, we need to get all of these points again. We need to iterate over all of them again, and need to check if we're colliding again, and to finally resolve it. And so we can just do it inside of it, like both the detection and the resolution. Yeah, I could just return false at the end. That's a better approach. My goat is live. Are you perhaps talking about me? That's like making a new invite, then call. I have no idea where. Cool mod you did a year ago. Yeah, you guys are chatting about something else. So here, instead of having a boolean, I don't need to separate it. I can do both. Collide with terrain. Terrain collision. Handle terrain collision. Handle terrain collision. And this to be void. I don't need to separate them. The detection and resolution. I don't need to separate them. And here we don't need to return anything. And here in the entity, handle terrain collision, like this. Perfect. Handle terrain collision, like this. So, hello Pezza, I've always wanted to make a Minecraft clone, and I'm new to coding. What engine language should I use? Like, it's not a certain one. Try multiple ones. See which one you match the best with. That's my advice. There are many options. Try all of them. Literally all of them. Try all of the options. And see which one you prefer personally. Do not watch videos, somebody reviewing the engine. Do not watch videos. Try it yourself. It will be much faster and more accurate. Your actual experience with it. It will take some time, but it's worth it. Because if I did the same experiment, and if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have known that I will like Relic this much. You should see the personal experience. Because I've watched videos about Relic, I didn't want to bother trying it out. I just watched the videos, and from the videos, I didn't catch my attention that much. I didn't care about it. But once I tried it, it instantly clicked. You need to try it yourself. It's the same as when you look for an application for like, let's say you don't like this default file explorer. Let's say you don't like this file explorer, and so you want to look for a new one. Instead of looking of a video that ranks the existing ones, you go over all of them yourself and you rank them yourself. You create your own ranking from personal experience. Like, do not bother watching videos, what they think about Unity, what their opinion about Godot is. That doesn't matter to you at all. And so here let's handle, first let's detect if there is a collision. Let's first detect if there's collision between both of them. Yeah, here we do the AABB algorithm, the axis aligned detection. Here is where we do it. And this is collision with a point, and this is the actual collision. And so we need to do this if check. If this is true, they're colliding. And I have these values. I have them. How are you gonna store the information if they collided? I don't need to store it. I handle it here. Directly, I'll handle it here. And the only dynamic object is the entity. And so I'll directly change the position of the entity. Yeah, I'll directly change the position of the entity when I detect there's a collision with the AABB detection. And so here I need, this is the block minimum position, the block maximum position, and here we need the same thing, but for the entity. Entity, minimum and maximum. And here this is the position. Have you looked at Minecraft actual code to get help? No. It will just it will hurt the project more than it will help if I look at the source code actually. Collision box. Yeah, okay, so now Minecraft source code isn't helpful. And so now here we need to do the AABB check. Here we need to do it. And it's very simple. We do entity minimum X if it's less than block minimum X. Hi, what's up? I looked at the alpha source code once for terrain generation. Notch was tweaking. Okay, cool. He's trying to do Yeah, okay. So we check if the entity X is less than the block X. No, it should be the block max. And if the entity max is bigger than the block min x, and we do the same for the other axis. We do the same for the y. We do the same for the y. And we do the same for the z. It's very simple. And this is the AABB collision detection. It's just if conditional. That's it. This should be enough to check for collision detection. And actually, let's have just collision detection. Let's not resolve it yet. Let's first check if it's working. So yeah, let's actually just return a boolean for now. Let's first do it as detection temporarily. Here we return true. And here we return false. That's it. You could do if else block and resolve it. Never mind, bad idea. No, it's fine. Currently, we just need to detect it, just to see if it's working. And so now in the player, it should have collision box. You mean everyone? Collision box. And here we need to change the from and the to. The from will be 0, 0, 0, and the to will be 16, 16, and the height, how much is the height? How many blocks is the height? Let's use this as reference. Let's have it be 33. Let's have it be 33. 33 units high. That's it. And here in the update, after we update the position, I think, here, let's check. Let's add the player a temporary boolean colliding with terrain, if it's colliding with the terrain, and here colliding with terrain will equal to handle terrain collision, which for now returns a boolean if it's colliding with the terrain or not. And we need to actually check this value. We need to display it. Let's go in the main file and we'll put it in the debug text. We'll put it in the debug text here. Here we'll put it. And where do I get it? Here is the direction. Here is this. And here will be the extra information, which will be the if the player is colliding with terrain. If it's colliding with the terrain, what should we output? Colliding true, else colliding false, like that. And now let's check it if there are any issues. Do I have to do a timeout? I think I need to do a timeout, man. Bro, you need a timeout. Put user in timeout. Let's do 24 hours. Let's do 24 hours. I haven't watched the chat, but I feel like that's who I need to time out. I haven't watched chat, but I think that's who we need to time out. 24 hours should be enough for him to think about what he has done. Okay, we have a chatter on Twitch. Let's see who that is. Because sometimes whenever I ban or time out somebody, he moves to Twitch or creates a new YouTube account. And I have to do the same thing again. Yo, what's up, what's up? Yeah, let's now see. Okay, here, look at how we have colliding. It's now false. Colliding is now false. Let's see when does it become true. It should become true. But we have the highlight with the blocks. That's a bit of a problem. Let's remove it. Or let's move them around a bit. Let's move them around a bit probably. Yeah, here is the hovered block info. For now, I'll just comment it out. I'll comment it out. I don't need the hovered block info. From YouTube, but randomly... I'm YouTube, but you randomly ban me for life? What do you mean? What do you mean? I've banned many people. I don't remember everybody I ban. I've seen your messages. Yeah, hide user from channel. I've seen your messages in Twitch and you're fine. If I can unban you on YouTube, I'll unban you. You're fine, man. Looks pretty good. Since when do you develop it? Since a month ago. Why do you ban on YouTube? Are people toxic over there? Some people take it a bit too much. Okay, now we are not colliding. Look at how colliding is false. When we go near to a block, it should become true. But I'm afraid to do it. Bro remembers everybody besides me. What do you mean? Моето следващо ограничение 10 минути от последване преди да пиша в чат, така ще се откажа да сменям сайтовете. Yeah, I'll probably do that. He's suggesting I do a 10-minute timer before somebody can chat. Like to, after a follow to, yeah, some kind of a limit. No, you ban me on Twitch for 24 hours, which is fine. And you randomly perma ban me on YouTube. What's your YouTube name? I'll unban you if I can do that. Because you're fine, man. I've seen your Twitch messages, you're fine. You only ban toxic people, not just anyone. Bomb that. Wait a minute, I think I know that name. Let me... I haven't... This is my first time unbanning somebody. And so I don't know how to do it. I usually just ban and forget about it. Yeah, I'll have to look at that off stream. But I'll write you down. Bomb that. I'll write you down. You will be the first person I unbanned. Scully draw. And here, let's do bomb. I'll revive you. I do not understand what you have written. Indica what he did, but he was... Okay, let's now... But he gave him one more chance. Let's now see the collision. Let's now see the collision. We are looking at the top left, colliding equals false. When we get near to a block, it should become true. And let's see about it. I'm afraid to do it, but we have to. Let's see. Oh, now it's true. And now it's false. But when exactly does it happen? When exactly does it happen? When exactly does it happen? Oh, the position is where the camera is. Yeah, it's where the camera is. Oh, it's where the camera is. I see. Relip can do what OpenGL can do, and OpenGL can do a lot. Let's add a couple of blocks. Let's check collisions from the height. Or let's actually do it from here, from this side. Yeah, collision is fine. Collision is fine. But it's difficult to move with this velocity. Yeah, collision is fine. And let's look from above. Let's look from above. Yeah, it's true. And now it's false. Now it's true. Now it's true. And now it's false. But it's like it's checking a single point. It's like it's checking a single point. I think it's checking the head position of the camera. Like I said there to be very big height. I set the height to be very big. And for some reason, it's like it's just a single point where the camera is. We need to do some change, but we're in the right direction. I like where this is going. For a first attempt, it's fine. We need to make some slight changes. Yeah, in where the player is, here I did this, but is this code getting called? Do I account for the height? I should be accounting for it. Here. And here I have the collision box size, which is from -2. I account for the height here. And here is the collision points. The lowest one is 0, then half the height, and then the maximum height, which should be 32 divided by 16. It should be 2 blocks, actually. It should be 2 blocks. It's 2 p.m. for me? That's crazy. Yeah, for me it's almost time for bed. Like you'll see here in a notification, 7 hours until waking up. Something like that. 9 p.m. for me. Time zones. Let me think about... Yeah, here, let's do a debug here, actually. It will be very helpful. If we... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, let's do a debug. Let's do a debug to see if it's calculating it properly. I'm in Romania, nice. So, what do we get here? And the size is 16. Oh, why is it minus? Why is it minus? It's minus, it's negative. Isn't the from bigger? The from is zeros and the 2... Oh, it needs to be opposite. This is 0. Okay. We need to change this. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why it was like that. I'm not banned from Minecraft. I don't play in servers. To get banned, you need to be in a server and somebody needs to report you in game. And I don't play in servers. And so nobody can ban me from Minecraft. Are we in debug? Yeah, we're in debug. And now we need to restart the game a couple of times because the terrain doesn't want to render. Okay, now terrain renders. Let's see the collisions. Now it's true. And now it's false. Why is the height so small? The height is it should be 2 blocks height. What do you rate your code for how clean it is? What's the range for rating? What's the range? Which is the lowest in the range? What's the lowest in the range? Out of 10. So I assume the lowest is 0, so I'm going to say 0. and Clay would say the same. I don't know if Clay is here. I would say his code is more readable than Legacy Console Edition. The more people that write the code, the uglier it is. Because everybody has a different style. SDL2 is like CPU only. The GPU support was added in SDL3. Really? I didn't know that. Collision is very small actually. 0 will be like one single. Okay, then it's 1. Then it's 1. Yeah, collision is kinda working. Let's add the anvil. But my issue is that the bounding box is very small. And it's exactly where the camera is. That's a bit of a bummer. Oh, look at it. It's colliding with the anvil as well. It's colliding with the anvil. But just when we collide with the custom parts. Yeah, it's colliding with the anvil. But the collision box is very small. Collision box is very small. But it's enough. It's good enough. Let's do collision resolution. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do collision resolution. Let's do that. Let's put here collision detection in the commits. Collision detection. We have collision detection. And let's do collision resolution. Should make your bounding box visible in game, but it's the bounding box of the player. It will be difficult for the player to see it. Oh, but actually it doesn't change. The bounding box, yeah, you're right. It doesn't change. Let's make it visible then. Let's make it visible. But it will be difficult to do. Because here we do it. No, we can actually do it. We can actually do it. Yeah, we can do it when we draw. Where do we need to do it? When we draw 3D here. Let's do it here. Draw player collision box. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let me think about it. Let me think about it. We need the player position. What else? We need the origin. Vector3 origin equals the player position, but plus we need the size as well. We need the size. Vector3 collision box size, which is player collision box from minus player collision box. Collision box, but here should be from. Here should be 2. And it should be divided by 16. Should be divided by 16. And what else? Here we need to plus collision box size divided by 2. And the and let's draw cube wires. Let's draw cube wires in the origin, then the collision box size, the X, the X, Y, and the Z. And here, what else? We need the color. Can do it like this. Now we should be drawing the player collision box. We should be drawing it. Yeah, here it is. It's this. Oh, and let's get this. See if we are colliding. Ah, we are not colliding. Wait, isn't this too big? Wait, I think this is too big. Let's set the position to be. Let's set the position to be 01250. Let's make it static. I want to see it. It's this. This is the player collision box. Ah, it's fine. Collision box is fine. It looks fine. It looks fine. But we need to position it properly. We need to position it properly. I don't care about the player height. For now, my focus is the collision. I'll make it more appropriate a bit later on. Are you using AB? Yes, I'm using axis aligned. That's the best choice. So 1.8 times 16, how much is that? 28. And how much is that in block bench? 28. So around here. So around here would be. So the half of the player height, the player. Oh, maybe there's the camera. Maybe there's the camera. The center of the head is where the camera is, which is the end of the collision. Maybe. Okay, we can do that. We can set it to be 28. We are still not doing collision resolution. We're still not doing it. But I plan to do it, hopefully. Yeah, okay, let's set it to be 28. The size. Let's set it to be 28. Let's go back to the player. Let's go to the player. And here, let's set it be 28. Let's set it to be 28. And what else? What else? And what should I do now? What should I do now? I need to properly position them, because right now it's using as origin where the camera is, which is wrong here. Look at how 0, 0 is where the camera is. That's a mistake. The camera should be at the very top. So when I look below, that's where it should be. The bounding box should be down below. So I need to play around with the positions. Where is the player origin actually? Usually, where is the player origin? I was thinking to set the player origin to be down here. To be down here. Offset the bounding box so you can see it from the camera angle. Collision. Yeah, but the problem is right now I've set the player position to be the same as the camera position. I want to move the camera before I offset the collision box. And don't give me instructions. It's the same as asking KI. I want to... It's more satisfying when I reach my own solution, even if it's wrong. That's my preference. Like when gaming streamers say no backseating, it's the same. They want to experience it fully. Yeah, what were we going to do? Yeah, okay. I remember. We go in the main file, and when we set the you ask, sorry, what should you do? Yeah, I just said, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Player, let's search for the player. Where is the player? Like, what am I searching for? Camera, let's search for camera. Position. Player update here. Okay, here I set the camera position to be the player position. I want to change this. The camera should be plus 28 units above. 28 units above. Right? What do you do outside of YouTube? I watch YouTube videos. Vector 3 add value. And here this will be let me think about it actually. We add this. Oh, this should be just on the Y. Actually. Yeah, it's fine. It should be just on the Y. And outside of you, I make YouTube videos, like the daily videos I try to upload. Do you guys watch the daily videos? What do you think of the daily videos? I lower the scope a lot here. It's not as this one. It's not as these big 20-minute videos. Now they're much smaller videos. Bro, there is no free time. Like, do you realize I like... My free time is watching other content creators. Like, I either make these videos, or I stream these 3 hours, or I watch YouTube videos, or I go out on a walk with somebody I know. With someone I know. Like, it's either one of these options. Like, my day-to-day is not... It's the same every day. And this is a vector 3. Done. Okay, so now the camera should be here, up here. It should be up here. Actually. And we need to offset it a bit as well. My day is worse. I also watch your videos. Nice. Which one do you prefer? Do you want less videos but longer, like these ones, which is 20 minutes? Or do you want more frequent videos but smaller scope? Like here, reviewing my viewers' projects. Here, me finding the old textures. Which is better? To make them longer, I need more time, so there will be less videos. It will be less frequent. These ones were every week, kinda. Longer videos. Yeah, I also want longer videos. When I myself as a YouTube viewer, I prefer longer videos. If it's a short, usually you open YouTube when you eat food, right? And when you eat food, if it's a 3-minute video, like you're just beginning eating the food and the video is over and you would have to click to something else. And so a 20-minute video is perfect to finish your food. And so like, I know it myself. Longer videos are better. I know it. But they take more work. And they take more work and they may flop. And it makes the work... like, it's a lot of effort for these videos. It's a lot of effort. Would it be possible to do daily videos covering the same thing but in more detail? To add more detail to these videos. But I feel like they end. Like here. Like my experiencing the Minecraft debug world for the first time. And here at the end, this is the end. Like there is no more experiencing at the end. After 2 minutes. The video is over. I don't have... If I add more, it will be filler content. It will be filler content. And nobody wants filler content. The work is going through the hours and hours of footage and trying to fit in the story so it makes sense for the viewer and adding context for complicated words so that non-programmers can understand. I was going to say kids nowadays have lower attention spans, so maybe shorter videos. Just because some videos flop doesn't mean you should quit making longer videos. Yeah, but you have to understand that it's a lot of work, man. You don't get it, it's so much work. And when it flops, flopping means nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch it. Why should I go all in and create something that nobody will see? Like I'm making it for people to see. And when nobody wants to see it, why am I making it? Like, do you get me? Like, do you get me? Like, it's very logical. It's very logical. In the last video, it ended without you showing the rest on metadata you copied. What do you mean? That will be another video. And it's not me experiencing the debug world. That's outside of my experience from the debug world. The scope of the video is smaller. So like once a month, a big video and a rest would be a short videos. So you're saying to do both. Like, I cannot do both. Yeah, but if nobody wants to see it, that means that the topic of the video is too niche. Yeah, but I would see it after the video is uploaded. And that's too late. But here with smaller scope videos, I quickly see where the interest is. Here, many people were interested in reviewing my viewer's clone. And here many people were interested in the event where I got 40 gigabyte memory leak. And this was just my reaction to the memory leak. So here's time to do the live streams, short video. Because look at what's the problem. When I invested time for big videos like these, I had to skip live streams. When I made big videos, I had to skip live streams. And with these short ones, I don't have to skip live stream at all. I can continue on. Okay, let's do the collision. Let's do the collision. Here I need to offset on the X and Z as well. I need to offset on the X and Z. Actually, let's get the... let me think about it. Let's get the collision box or the... What was I searching for? I need access to the... Or let's make it in a function. Not sure. Do whatever you happens, just don't overwork yourself and get burnout. I'm trying my best to not burn out. It's very difficult to avoid burnout because once you start feeling the burnout, it's too late. You've already burnt out. You cannot catch it before it starts. But that's why I do the 3 hours limit. That's why I do the 3 hours limit. I need the collision box size. Vector 3. Collision box size. Put in burnout 2 years ago and ever since then I really haven't uploaded much videos. That's why I lowered the scope of my videos. Lowering the scope of the videos brings back the excitement. Player collision box 2 minus player collision box from divided by 16 and like this, and here we will add to it we'll add to it here the collision box size x divided by 2, and here the collision box size y, and here collision box size z divided by 2. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Now the camera and collision box, everything should be perfect. Let's try it out. Let's try it out, but here let me see it. Yeah, it should be fine. I might have also burned out after the last couple shorts I made. Then I started making different content, but no one was interested. Some videos blowing up. Oof, we have an issue. We have an issue. Yeah, yeah, we have a bit of an issue with looking around. We have a bit of an issue with looking around. Yeah, the target. Yeah, this is the position. Okay, this should be the camera position. Or get player camera position like this, and now it should work fine. I can't edit videos anymore because of the low space. Wanted to make 100 days in hardcode content, but I couldn't because of the space. 100 days in hardcode sounds fun. Okay, look at it here. The camera is at the top of the collision box. That's perfect. But where are we? Where are we actually? The terrain is not rendering. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And let's test out collisions. Let's check with the ground if it's working. Oh, true. It's true. And now it's false. Perfect. It's perfect. It's true, false. True, false. And here it's true, perfect. And let's add a couple of blocks. Let's add a couple of blocks. Here, this will be the ceiling. This will be the ceiling. Can you copy the movement of the DVD logo? That's a good one. Let's move up. And wait a minute. It's false. It's false. And now it's true. Yeah, the top is not working. The top is not working. But this should be easily fixable. I need to offset some things. We need slight change. Player. Let's go to the player. Or the entity actually. Entity. And here where we get the points. I may be getting the points wrong. No, I'm getting the points right. Getting the points right. I go over all of them. I add the position of the entity. Sure. And I get the blocks from those positions. I need more points, I think. Because I need here in the middle as well. Because let me check in game again. Let me check in game again. And man, this velocity without friction is very annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Bro, let's add that collision, the friction, man. Let's add the friction. Let's add the friction. It's so annoying. You can just make it the boundary of the collision box. So the collision... No, don't worry about it. In my Java clone, I've made it work the same way. Like, look at it. The Java clone, I do it the same way. Like, I take the points around the player. Like, don't worry about it. Like, the Java clone is good enough. With my simple naive approach. Once it starts running. Let's add friction while we wait for the Java clone to run. Okay, it started. And here, like, collision is fine. Like, look at it. Collision is fine. Like, this is my collision resolution and detection. And it's fine from above. Here it collides. Like, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Like, for me, this is enough. Yeah, 40 gigabyte leak is a big flex in this economy. But I bought the RAM before the increase in price. So it's you could say it was an investment. Minecraft isn't bounding box of the collision box itself. And that's what I do as well. That's what I do as well. Let's close this. This was just to demonstrate that my method actually works. It actually works. Yeah, let's add friction in there because I'm annoyed. So, and here the velocity. Let's multiply it by 0.1 or 0.1 f every frame. Maybe multiplied by get frame time. A bit like Valve Source Engine, it's the same one. This friction is too strong. So let's make it 0.01 every frame. It's still too strong. Let's make it 0.01. Why is the friction so strong? I still cannot move. Hello? Okay, let's remove the get frame time. What's happening? I want to add friction. How did I do it in the ground when I'm on the ground? Handle, ground. Oh, this is useless. Yeah, it's here. Handle, ground, physics. To cloud layers, what do you mean? Ah, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. That's some really problems. Yeah, here is where we have the friction. So the new speed is by velocity length. We multiply velocity. Yeah, I do the same. I multiply velocity. But here it's by a new speed, which has some kind of a calculation. Here I get the velocity length. This is from the source player movement controller. Ground friction. Control. What's control? What's this? 10. Delta time, then the maximum minus drop. But that's basically how it's done. We multiply velocity by some number. That's basically it. If velocity is 0, we stay in one place. If velocity is 0, we stay in one place. If I multiply it by bigger number than 1, it will increase velocity. Lower the number than 1, it should lower velocity. And we change velocity when we move around. Yeah, here we add, for example, we're pressing forward. This adds to the velocity. Should lower each frame. This is handled every frame. Like I could comment this code. This is called every frame in our code because there's no collision. But why are we going down? It shouldn't get negative, the velocity. Velocity should always be positive. It shouldn't be getting negative. Too many frames. If it's too many frames, we can just multiply by the delta time. And that's not the issue. Okay, let's multiply by delta time. And here let's do like a bigger number. Yeah, I'm trying to move and I'm not moving. And what I'm trying to do is friction. Hello Stick, what's up? You have Aspirite? Yes, I have it. I even have a tutorial on how to build it yourself. Okay, let's do this here before we change the velocity. Let's do it there. Yo, thank you for the raid, man. Now I have to do a summary. Yeah, let's do a summary of what's happening because we got a raid. And I'll shout you out. But currently we're adding player movement to my C++ Minecraft code with Raylib. Because I already have player movement in my Java Minecraft clone. I've already done it, but since we're moving features from this Java clone to the C++ Raylib one, we still don't have it in the Raylib clone. This is the Java. We have the player movement here, but we don't have it in the C++ version. which is here with Trelip. You're really far ahead, thank you. And that's kind of the summary. Currently, we can just fly around. We're trying to add collisions. This here box is the bounding box of the player. And I have this debug text on the top left where it says colliding if it's true or false. And when we get near to a block, it becomes true if we're colliding with it. That's how I do the detection. But here I'm trying to add friction to the movement because the velocity stayed the same when we flew around. It was difficult to get near to a block to test out the collision. We worked on Minecraft Clone 2 on stream, but with Zik is still C++, we just have a triangle for now. Yeah, let me give you a shout out. Yeah, go check out his channel. I haven't watched your channel, so I don't know what content you stream. How do you do that? You mean the shoutout? It's just a simple command. Like a / shoutout and the name. It's just a simple command. Yeah, so basically that's the summary. And currently we can just fly around. And we have velocity. The problem is the velocity was constant. There was no friction. And I attempted to add friction, but look at how big the friction is. Like we're barely moving. At least we stop when I stop moving. But I need to change the friction. That's what I'm currently trying to do. Well, it was my first stream, so not much to see yet. Let's remove this multiplication by the delta time. Let's remove it. Yeah, but now it breaks everything. Okay. Yeah, it's still kind of the same. I enjoy your content and your live streams are very interesting. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate the feedback from you guys. And the chatters from which I don't appreciate the feedback are probably banned. They're probably banned. It's banned, but greetings again. Like, I should be careful with the banning because it's helpful to have people with different viewpoints from mine. That's healthy. If I just have friendly viewpoints, that's unhealthy for the stream longevity. Like there's value to the haters, but actual haters, not what we had. Yeah, here now we just have velocity, and I'm not pressing anything. I'm not pressing anything, and we're still moving. That's because we don't have friction. Yeah, I have 2 monitors. Try dividing by delta time so that you still get a boost relative to delta time, but inverse it so delta time is small number. To divide, why not to multiply? And here in the top left we have if we're colliding or not, and here it's true. And now it's false. But it's not perfect. There were some issues that I wanted to test, like from above, and it was difficult to get it right. It was difficult to position because of the constant moving velocity. If you divide by a small number, you get a big... Yeah, I want to multiply by a small number. That's why here I multiply by a small number. But we can divide with like 2. We can divide by 2. The velocity. And it should become 0. It should be... should become 0. Or like by 1.5. We're barely... No, what was it called? No, it was like, it should be, okay, it should be multiplied by like 0.01. That should be enough as a damping of the velocity as friction. And I'll test it. My cat decided to get to my window. I saw my cat on my window and it wanted attention. Sorry guys, I gave it attention for a bit. And this is the fastest speed we're moving with. Look at how slow we're moving. The friction is too much, but it stays the same, the friction. It stays the same. How do I do it in Java? In Java, look at how I first change the velocity and then I have the friction. So let's do it the same in the C++ clone. Let's do it the same. First we add the movement to the velocity and then we add the friction. Let's see if that changes it. Now we're not moving at all. Yeah, we're not moving at all. If we manage to add friction, this will help us a lot. That's why I'm trying to do it. You're multiplying by 0.01. Yeah, because I want friction, which means you move at 1% of your... Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, so 99. So 99. Yeah, you're right. Oh, you're a genius! Yo! You're a genius. Yo, we have friction. Finally, we have friction. Look at how you finally have friction. Yes. Yo. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. You saved me so much time. Now we can add the ceiling to test the collision detection. Because it was not perfect. Let's add the ceiling and let's test it just moving here. This point right there, we check for the block if it has a collision box and we check if we collide with it. And now look at it, we put it here. Now this should be colliding, this should be true. And here it says false. But if we move up, at some point it starts colliding. Yeah, here now it's true. And now it's false. And when exactly does it become true? Yeah, exactly when we collide with it. The bottom. The bottom is perfect. And now let's do the opposite. When does it become true? Still false. Still false. It's still false. Now it's true. When exactly? Now it's constantly false. Oh, this side is false. Really? It's like we're checking just a single point. It's like we're checking a single point. Yeah, it's like it's a single point. Yeah. Oh, Okay, I get it. It's like we're checking just this point. Just this single point. Yeah, okay, we're not going through all the points. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Probably, I assume. We need to check it out ourselves. How would we do that? We need to check where exactly. We need to check the entity. The entity. Entity. Here, do we go over all of the points? Here. Yeah, wait a minute. Here, I go over 12 points, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. By 3, 3 by 4 is 12. Yeah, I go over 12 points. And so points around entities, these points. This is the first one, 0, 0, 0. And then the other ones. And go over all. We can put a breakpoint here and actually check it out. This is the collision point. This is the block. And we get the block state. We get the block state. And we get the collision boxes and we do the collisions. From which position? Entity minimum. Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, we're checking just from these points. Yeah, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. Yeah. Oh, I found a mistake. This should be moved inside of the for loop. Here. Inside of the for loop, actually. And this should be the collision point. Yeah, actually. Collision point. Like that. This should solve it. Yeah, it was a dumb mistake. It was a dumb mistake. And let's start the game a couple of times until we see the terrain. Because this is a difficult bug to figure out. And now we broke the collision. We broke the collision. Now it's even worse. Now it's even worse. Now it's true. What about from here? Yeah, now it's true. It's as if we're still doing it the same way. What about from here if we do it? It's still false. It's false. It's false. False. Now it's true. It's as if nothing changed, but we made quite a big change. Here we're using the collision point. No, wait a minute. No. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. No, that's a mistake. No, that's not it. No. Should bring it back. That wasn't it. Yeah, my bad. That's not it. That's not it. No, this was fine. This was fine. These points are... This position is just to find the block at that spot. Nothing else. Nothing else. We get the block and we do the check here. Let me check this logic if it's correct. Let me check this logic if it's correct. Here I had in my Java clone ABB, but in the collision box class, which was where? Collision box. Where is the ABB? Here. This is it. So this logic. Is this the same as in my game? So if entity minimum, if the minimum yeah, it should be like this. Yeah. If the minimum x is less than the maximum x, or the maximum x is greater than the minimum x. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So where's the issue? And we go over all of the points. We need to do a breakpoint to see if we go actually from all the points. We need to do it. Yeah, we are here on I0, and what do we get? This collision point is 0, 125, 0. Perfect. So let's run it again. And now this is 0, 125, 16. Wait a minute, 16. 16. No, that's a mistake. Oh, that's a mistake. This should be divided by 16. That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. Let's see it in game. Because my units for collision box definition is different than world units. It's a bit different. Okay, now it looks all right. Now it looks all right. Wait, why is it true now? Oh, with the ground is perfect. Yeah, with the ground is perfect. Let's add a couple of blocks. Let's make it possible to go up and down with the space and shift, because it's very annoying to go up and down else. Player. Process movement. Where do we call this? You know, like never came back. What do you mean? Here, let's add a couple of more of them. Here, K space and K shift the Y direction. This should be left shift. Left shift should be minus Y. I'll be back in 30 minutes and it was 3 hours already. Yeah, that's funny. Move direction, we give it here. Wait a minute, but which direction? Damn it. Let's give it to the move direction, actually. Move direction. Oh, but I don't... No, that you're back on VS 2022? Yeah, I am. I am back. What did I miss? I'll show you when I run the game. But I'm trying to implement something. Like moving up and down directly. Process movement. The problem is it's taking a vector. It's taking vector 3. Move direction. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, let's run it. Do we normalize it? I don't think we're normalizing it. It's not working. Move direction. And here we give it the move direction. And which direction is this using the Z, and I don't use the Y. Here we add with the up 0, 1, 0 input Y. Right? Yeah. That's it. Now we should be able to go up and down. When I press space, we should go up if Relief decides to render the terrain. I don't have enough money to sub on the... Don't worry about it, man. You don't need to do it. Okay, now when we press space, we go up. When we press shift, we go down. Perfect. Because I want to test colliding up and down. Okay, so now I press shift and we're colliding. Perfect. I don't need to, you're too cool. You are underestimating how powerful it is just being here and watching the stream, chatting. That's good enough. You underestimate how powerful that is. It's a lot more valuable than a subscription. Having concurrent viewers and they being not bots. That's very powerful. You don't need to subscribe. I value you guys just being here and interacting with me. Wait a minute, what are we colliding with? False. We're colliding with the grass because it has a collision box. It has a bounding box, the outline. Just because it has I need to set a variable if you can collide with it. Because right now it sees the collision, this outline, it considers it as a collision box. I need to set a value if it's true or false. But let me just check other cases. Here now it's true, and now it's false. And now it's true, now it's false. It's perfect, man. Look at it. It's perfect. It's perfect. We have collision detection. Yo, we have collision detection. It's perfect. Yo. Yeah, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. It's perfect. And the music disappeared. It's perfect, man. Could we? Like, we're at around 3 hours, and usually I end stream at 3 hours, but I'm very hyped to add the collision resolution as well. Because it will not be that hard. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Collision detection with camera at head place and display collision box. How do you learn Relief? By learning OpenGL. By learning OpenGL. And learn OpenGL is a very good spot for it. Here, learn OpenGL. You have getting started section and you have exercises down here. After reading about it, down here you should have exercises. It's very useful. Even if you do not decide to use just OpenGL, just learning it is enough, because what you learn here will be useful everywhere, even in Unity, even in Godot, even in Relief, especially in Relief. If you're going to use Relief, this is a must read about OpenGL. It's a must read. What vertex data is, what a vertex shader is, fragment shader. Geometry shader is very useful. I've used it. Basically, you give it a triangle and it adds extra vertices. Or you can give it a point and it adds extra vertices. Like you can create from a point a block with a geometry shader. It's very useful. Very, very, very useful. Most people do not use geometry shader. Most people use vertex shader and fragment shader, which is the basics. Should read all of the OpenGL instead of just getting started section. Oh, I just read the getting started section. I didn't read the advanced OpenGL. Like when I needed to. Like I needed blending, and that's when I read the advanced section. The getting started is enough. When I did the getting started, I did an attempt of doing the breakout game, this breakout game. After the getting started section, I switched to this breakout game. And after the breakout game, I started the Minecraft clone. And in the Minecraft clone, I needed to read about the blending here. Because the water is semi-transparent. You need it for the water. The blending of colors. Yeah, let's attempt to do collision resolution. Because that would be very useful. Oh, that's cool. I really want to make something like Minecraft, like how you do. But thing is, that is not simple. To generate multiple cubes, right? You need face culling. Yeah, you need face culling. This might be useful. I want to make procedural generation real blocks in Unity. You can do it with Unity. I've done it with Unity. I have a video on it in the main channel where I've done Minecraft in Unity. Here, I've done it in Unity. And it was very cool, actually. It was very cool using Unity. I like Unity, but I don't like people managing Unity. But Unity is done well. Unity is done well. Let's do collision resolution. How do you do optimization, like face culling for the block faces? Don't worry about it. Do it without the optimization, just so you can start coding and having results. And when you are done with the naive approach, you then try to improve it a little bit. And think of your own solution. Me giving you the solution is very boring. Like, what's the point when somebody tells you how to do it? It's not fun then. It's very satisfying to figure out your own solution. That's the learning. When you're confused, that's a signal that you're learning. When you're confused and it doesn't make sense. And when it clicks, the aha moment, that's when you've learned something. And you can check if you have learned something, if you can remember it later on. If you cannot remember something, you haven't learned it. And that's why in school they do tests. If you can, like, say what happened in a certain year. Like, but remembering is memorization. No, if you learn it, you can remember it. Like, you guys probably have a favorite TV show, and you remember in your favorite TV show, your favorite character, what he did in a certain scene. You remember that, so you have learned it. You haven't memorized it. Right? It makes sense, right? Let's do handling the collision. The collision resolution. Here, we need to do it. Collision resolution. Collision resolution. We need to do it here. We need to do it here. Right? But if I move the player, he may no longer be colliding with other blocks. That's a bit of a problem. And moving the player changes the bounding box data. That's a bit of a problem. We could update it every time here we are. Sure. How do I do it in the Java clone? One time I set current to the wrong winding order. How do I do it here? Collision resolution. Yeah, I get the blocks around me, sure. And if I'm colliding with it, I resolve it. And I continue to go over all of the blocks. I see. Yeah. So we don't care that the player has moved. We don't care about that. That's interesting. But we don't care. and we resolve it here. Where do we resolve it? We resolve it here, where we basically again need to this time check the overlaps and how much we will need to move in every axis, pushing up or down, and then to check if there is an overlap. If there is an overlap, we need to push in the either of the axes. Go to sleep. Yeah, but I want to finish this. But you're probably right. Maybe we should leave it for the next stream. Just to be safe, so I don't burn out. Yeah, let's leave it to the next stream, because we did a lot of progress. I'll listen to you. I'll listen. But let me check it again. I'll make more sense when you wake up. Here is invite to my Discord server, where you can get a ping the next time I'm live. And I'll do a summary of what happened today and we'll end it. The summary is quite quick. We basically add this boolean on the top left if we're colliding or not. And we added this bounding box around the player that represents the player collision box. And so now look at how when we are like close to a block, it says true. Here it says true because we are colliding with the grass. Like we have collision with everything right now, except there. Look at how it becomes true and false, true and false. And here as well, like we actually collide with everything. Even if it's from above, we collide. Even if it's from above, we collide. Yeah, now it's true, now it's false, now it's true, now it's false. Like we are checking collision perfectly. And so now we need to, this was collision detection. Now we need collision resolution. So what happens when we collide? When we collide, we need here, we're colliding on the bottom. So we need to get pushed above, like this. We need to get pushed until colliding is false. This needs to happen, and that's it. And we will be like this in the world, and we'll be able to move around. But this is collision resolution. We'll add this tomorrow in the next stream, and we'll add gravity so that we actually fall down. And also we added air friction. Look at how the player now stops. Because we have velocity before, we kept velocity constant, and now velocity lowers back down. Because before, even without pressing anything, we were flying around still. But now we have air friction. This helps a lot when flying around to check collisions. Yeah, and that's it. So thank you for watching, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. And bye. Goodbye, guys.